Guluza lwaki yaguze n'agamba nti just delayed is just denied. So musango tegufunda. Constitution yaffe ebbanga lyonna ekize ekyatula nti nno omusango ng'ogwo gwe bakoze atyo mu mankyolo gukyayinza okudda so long as the person is still living. Akyayinza okuvaayo n'agamba they forced me to say this and this and this, let the case come back again. Akyayinza okubavunaana mu kooti, wakyali options nnyingi. Simanyi lwaki ekyo kitulumya emitwe. Mu maaso eyo nga tumaze okufuna eddembe lyaffe Olivia Lutaaya akyayinza okugattako omusango gwe nga bamaze okubakaliga abo ba Balaam. N'agamba Balaam yannumya n'andeetera okukkiriza omusango. That is a case to answer. So we shouldn't make it alarm so much, though we should see it, believe it, and move forward. This should just fuel our energy. This should just fuel our anger. This should just fuel our movement and kumbaya and beating the boots down on the ground. Rather than speaking hearsays and creating the heavens and whatever, and being around, a lot of things are happening. Nga bwe nabagambye bano abasajja balina ebisawo bye bali mu kuyisaawo. Ekyo kitubeere mu mitwe. Bali bakiriza omusango bakiriza kiwedde. Kwisha. Batamaliza. Baheza. Bakimaze. What should we do next? We shouldn't blame our sisters. We should first blame ourselves because none of you have ever gone to streets to demonstrate because of Olivia Lutaaya. If it is there, it may be one or two. Who has ever gone to street and say we are demonstrating because of Olivia Lutaaya? So should we also blame ourselves? No. This shouldn't be a blame game. Otherwise we shall shoot ourselves into the legs when the enemy is still advancing towards us. What should we do? Regroup. Make the international community and the international world know. Let the people in our country understand and arise. Abuse of power. Already the international world knows that in Uganda, abuse of power is at the highest order. Is there anything new that you're going to speak? Teri agenda bajja mu buyini kw'okuggyako mmwe. Omu ku bantu abasomesa politics Museveni ne Plato Kabeere gundi Scott basomesa ne bagamba who is a politician? A politician is a person who can do anything which can put him into power. And a politician can turn into a tyrant at any time. We are watching them Pugas. They are politicians. Who is a statesman? It is a person who practices politics for the goodness of the people and the state. So should we take our time discussing politicians? No. Let us embrace ourselves as statesmen and move forward. Clinton, your hand was up. After Clinton, I think we shall get Batavale. After Batavale.
Thank you, Mugisha Gay. We had a space earlier with Good Girl and Elim Dada. I have seen one person who's also a good activist who had posted that space in Europe. Dr. Wu, for those who know him. So, why am I saying that? Is that you can see the powerfulness if all we come back again and start raising. Because to be honest with you, Mugisha, and others, the Ugandans themselves, they are on the stage of accepting to live in oppression and poverty for decades. Because when you look at Kenya, just Kenya, you see recently the vice president had to step down. Why? Because of being held accountable and being found guilty in corruption acts. But that only happened because Kenyans, they said no, enough is enough. They did not go to look. They did not wait a time of saying that we have an opposition member who's powerful. Let us wait from his call. They did not wait that no, we have a judicial system which is strong. Let them call us. No, they had to wake up and they had to go. They said that yes, we shall lose. Those who will lose, but we will have saved Kenya. And see how the reinstating of democracy in Kenya is going on now. So this is a very key important point, because I was just looking at this gentleman who was now calling for Museveni intervening, he cannot even rule the country. The same gentleman who was, you can see that, the traumatization that they have under, because no one knows what they have been even through in prison there. Maybe they have been tortured to the highest level, and so many wrongs that have happened to them. But Ugandans, no one have gone to the street. No one has waken up and said, 45 million Ugandans, they have said in their houses, as normal. And that's the same thing, guys, that's the same thing that is going to happen when this election is rigged for another term. The Ugandans will go back to their home as normal. Tomorrow the border guys, they will still wake up going to the streets riding border. I don't know which witchcraft. I don't know which type of witchcraft that bewitched the Ugandans. I really don't know. But, Mugisha, it's time, yes, what you're saying. It's not now about looking at Olivia and Lutaaya. They have already said what they have said. We don't know. We have not had. We may have not gone into the secret discussions with them to know what they have experienced. But I believe that what they have gone through, it must be held and must be categorized as a very difficult situation. To the extent that people who have been holding up for 4 years now almost, they have finally said that no, I think it is so much for us and we may not take it anymore. Let's find other options. So other than blaming them for the decision they have made, it is also the responsibility of Ugandans to always remember that they have let down the Olivia Lutaayas and the group, and the way how they let down the people of Chitezi. Because we all know that they also had to leave the people of Chitezi. Up to now, we don't know whether people of Chitezi were compensated. We don't know if they were given the space to live for their life.
In one very much that information. As we go to my brother. Another one has gone. Okay, as we go to my brother Mujimatin, and then we go to Cooper, I think that in this world, a lot of things, but a lot of things have a reason. But we shouldn't ride on the reason that those people, prepare for us. We should ride on the reasons that we think are doable for us. That's what I believe, because more people are still going to be incarcerated and a lot of things are going to happen. We don't know what is behind the curtain. And another thing, as Moji Martin comes in, we should understand that one demon that is in the heads of we Ugandans, it is that we like to sit and they serve us. Buli omu atudde emikono gyazinze ninze batuwanirire. Bwe kali bakaluddemu obawulira bonna ku street. Tugenda kuba engalabi. Engombe zigenda kuvuga wano. Omuceere gugenda kuyiika. Ku mbaavu. Gugenda kwefumba ani agenda ngowo. But when you tell them, let's make it a reality, bonanga babutika amatama. Twagala nnyo tukolerera. Muji Martin, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Comrade Mugi. Today I'm even speechless. I was in the earlier space. But I think I'm not going to say much. Chenjo Kugamba, which I'll emphasize, is one. The people who do not understand what politics is about, what mind control is about. If you didn't watch Hunger Games, or if you watched it for fun and you didn't pick something, then it's high time you understood how people are played on their minds. The tyrant uses specifically certain targets to weaken the cause. He knew that if I get Olivia Lutaaya and put her to her knees, I will lower certain people's expectations down. I'll put certain people's spirits down. That's a mind game. And whatever deal they did with them, like Mugi has said, done now. View a day. Okay? We have to look forward. Because trust me, that freedom he has said is going to give them, we are not even guaranteed he's going to release them. They are not even sure themselves. And then after some time they get sick, they go. Because you cannot trust what the devil serves you. You get. But whatever is in return of what, that is now between them and him. Ours. I was saying in the earlier space, I think it was MP who said that he went to visit one of the comrades in the prison and that question was really bad because to them they felt the silence outside was so shocking to them that it's like there was nothing happening. It's like people were having normal lives, So partly you cannot even blame them. You blame us, every one of us. I was telling it to people that everyone, we have been tolerating too much. People went into flight mode. People went into official mode. People went into structure mode, such things. But now is not the time to blame each other. Now is the time to revamp people power. Now is the time to revamp our real power. We the people. Today I was on some live with some blogger called Seka, to the extent that this guy and this radio presenter who I'm trying to forget had to come and apologize. I mean, that's the level we should make reach. Mukunja reach the level this is the level we need to make people get angry at all angles. from all angles. Echa kabaka, oli minister yavodde kabaka. We need to make people get angry. Like abantu banyige. Niyo by some people by same MP. You know? We need that for the people. We need people of Chitezi to get angry when they see that the land that we're in is being taken away and they're going to put something else. They should get angry so that next time like this is what we need. Like we need to get our people angry. You know, because we are not going to deal with normal times as if we are in a normal society. We are not in any normal society. We are in a military dictatorship.
Muchima,
Yes, please.
you have made me to remember something on that same word that you've said. 2026, 2025, they are going to be hell. Why? Because once these people have accepted the crimes that they didn't do, it means they can shoot to kill come 2025 to 2026 on claim that these people have been arrested. If they don't say that Chagulanyi don't come or NUP shouldn't participate, they will cause chaos that you have never seen. So we should not look that way. We should look at we. How are we prepared defensively and offensively for these hard times that are coming? Come next year to 2026 and beyond. Thank you.
Yes. Like I was still saying, that we need to really stop this thing of lamenting. Right now, if you have been tagging, if you've been retweeting and tweeting, it's high time you add tag. Guys, it works. Tag, don't even just tag embassies. Tag all the bodies that matter. Tag the Anthony Blinkens, tag the Antonio Guterres, tag the International Criminal Court, the Amnesty International. Yeah, tag the Canadian Prime Minister, tag the UK Prime Minister, tag all the Council of Foreign Relations, tag those people every day. That's one way. Tag them. Talk about because they post tagging. Never tagging. Like that's the only way now we are dealing with a sophisticated way of really managing these people because one, they are not going to walk away scot free with what they're doing. You know? So everyone, when you're making a post, please try to tag. Don't just post it. Tag them. If you're a Catholic, tag the Pope Francis, tag the Vatican News, tag ETN News, tag make sure the information goes global. Tag the international media, tag the Al Jazeera, tag the BBC, tag the CNN. To that level, you know, that is one way. Here, we are going to fight this battle. Okay, with making sure that you times it double times what you've been doing. You know, I know sometimes it's gagging. I know sometimes even as we activists here, we have some activists who feel like they're too superior. Others don't comment about certain things. Others feel like, I mean, we have them here. You know, certain issues come and someone goes quiet. You know, because they feel maybe that's not that. But what the hell? We are all Ugandans here. We are all Ugandans advocating for a better country. You might think into what you're feeling, then this is not just about videos. This is about a country where we are heading is going to become even much more dangerous, much more fire. But we have to embrace ourselves. This is the real politics that has begun. Do not relent. Do not give up. Do not get angry. Get bitter, but get better. Guys, learn to get angry, but be composed inside. And use the mind. Use the mind. You know, he's done so much to provoke us. He has done a lot. Like I was saying, there are lots of things that are happening in the country that are enough to rally the people to the streets. Look at the people of Chitezi. Look at the people of Lubigi. Look at the people who are evicted from the land where they say the southern bypass is going to pass that side of Mpigi. Those people were not very evicting. I mean, those are the rallying factors. But all these things have been happening and people have been ignoring. And maybe even us, partly, we've been taking it like a show. Recently, the president was shot on the leg. I mean, that was one of the biggest rallying factors. We came here, we wanted to mobilize people for it, but then some people were like, no, let's not. I mean, now we need to get away with that because we are not, you guys should understand, we are dealing with a person who tests the waters. But now, the next time he's going to do worse. You know, he sends a minister, attacks the people of Buganda on land issues, and then he wants to see what are they going to say. Then after okay. I mean, all these things. The people of Bunyoro, the king was denied to go abroad for further treatment. These things are being ignored. Yet the brother was fighting for him to go to treatment. Even the court ordered that if he goes for treatment, the people of Bunyoro are silent. You know, that their own king cannot be thrown outside for further treatment. All those things, we as people here, if we galvanize on those things and create momentum on them, they're a natural factor. The people in the north, there's an issue of power. Those are things we should really, like, we have everything at our disposal. I just don't know whether we are lacking how to really, or to have engineered to manage simani. But I think we really need, where we are heading and where we are now, we need to revamp back the people power within us and the people. I'm going to agree with Dr. James. Somehow, we shouldn't feel bad. It's a revolution. It's gaining its momentum. The more you see the junta trying to harm a lot, to do a lot, to try to, just know we just have to keep on. I have that statement. If it moves, someone who was trying to talk about Balaam, earlier on I said that Balaam is like someone who sees a snake and it's toddler and thinks that maybe the toddler is more lenient. I mean, they're all snakes. If it moves like a duck, shakes like a duck, quacks like a duck, and it's like a duck, it's definitely a duck. What do you expect? Me, people who are like me, he's too soft. I want to fake I'm like, softy. Nobody should ever lie to you that when Museveni sends you someone that this one talks nicely, you also think that that person is good. As to know those things, that is not good. That one is even the worst of it all. Never be taken up by someone that are so kind that he talks soft. Those are the most dangerous ones. Because that's how the devil operates. It comes in the softest manner. People think that he comes with a big horn. Oh no, he comes in a nice tone. Those ones who talk slowly. Oh no, I'll do this. Those are the most dangerous people, by the way. So I don't even know why people are like, they're disappointed with him. Yeah, I'm not disappointed with him because I knew there was nothing to expect from him. Actually, if something new had happened, I would have been shocked. If like, I was going to be shocked. But this, I didn't expect. I mean, I didn't expect anything new because I have studied Museveni's system. It is the same. Don't think they will all talk nicely, something that are all dangerous. So never expect anything from this junta system and think anything will work out. Whether he appoints who or what. At the end of the day, he's the alpha and the omega. I told someone that NRM is a cult. That's why you see then what they did to the comrades. They're making them wear t-shirts. It's a cult. I mean, it's an initiation. That it's brainwashing. I mean, these are inhuman people, man. You people think inhuman things acts are in movies. These are reality. We are dealing with inhuman people. People who have no heart. People who wake up and they will do anything just to keep and survive in power. So me, I didn't expect anything from him. And in fact, I was even just like, oh, yeah, nothing. But I was surprised that people are being shocked. People are crying and nailing him. Why nail the devil? You already know that it's the devil, It was just anybody who expected anything less from them. That's why I was like, that means we still have a problem if people still can't tell that there's nothing you're going to expect from him. It's like someone expecting anything from Musmanyanga, this DP guy, Mao, what? It is nothing, even if he's your friend. When it comes to the game politics of this country, there's nothing they will do because they are playing to the script of the old man of the heart. He tells them what to do, what to say, and this should be something people we should pick a leaf from. Oyo Musajja, he uses people, the likes of full figures, to get what he knows everyone at what angle he gets a benefit from them. He wants to weaken someone, he uses the stupid people like the full figures. He has a target that he uses certain people. And now,
my brother, you're very right in what you're saying. Cooper has been here for some time. Can we give Cooper some few minutes, then we come back to you?
No, it's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say that just gain back the people power movement.
Thank you very much. Yours.
Hey, Mugisha, how are you? How is everyone? Hey, we give the guys in prison, the Olivia, Lutaayas, the Sanyas, their flowers. Whatever they pleaded guilty to, they have done their part. Nothing to Korea. To me, when it was I went to say, Mugisha, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
So we give them the flowers, and we reflect on these things. When Mao said, if Bobi Wine wants to be in Entebbe, let him get a gun. I don't think that was a joke. And I don't think he was saying it in a figurative manner that people shouldn't. It was literal. There is no one who to end up taking over that power. That's what you wait. Really, submission here again. We're truly ready to wear sacrificial lambs. When the system we are 7. We don't have any. The truth is, there is no foreign government again akujja kutulwanira. Ne tunakola tutya. Wabula foreign government egenda kujja participatinga singa ekintu ekiraba nti tukigusa. Inze sikkirizana ku myaka gy'amaze nga ndaba Museveni nga arwanyisa opposition oba nga arwana okubiremera mu power. The good thing given nti Olivia Lutaaya batwala ne mukomera yandibakoze byono muwala abapoliisi gwe baatumira bano abaana be battanga bali ku mmotoka ya Bobi Wine and so on. So, if we are okay to be in our safe spaces, not to risking and we can't risk anything, let's come talk about it. The next day, because of Olivia Lutaaya. There is no one as well better mukomera even for a week. Ababana badwanye for those 4 years or 3 years. I'm really this is a psychological game that I'm playing. Kubanga ekiriwo kati omuntu noya internet tutandise ebintu bya campaign ya 2026 for what? Tusobola tutobera nti we are so stupid now we are looking for MPs to vote and Kyagulanyi to compete again for what? Unless nga tuli mu political plays tutategeera obeziri unreal nti discussing birala at the back and expecting birala. If we are doing the gimmicks, okay, yeah, let's do this. It will go for even another 100 years. It will. If we cannot get out of the safe places, even more extreme. But Charlie Bonza, chiche bakolo bote na okuforce ndaba na Kampala okwegata ku system. Tubisome. Tubisome. Na ebina ebintu byokubeera nti tugenda beera aba victim ngaba Sanya, tugenda beera aba victim ngaba Munyarwanda wa Bob, tugenda beera aba victim ngaba abantu abalala bangi because eno system gye tuli mu dealinga nayo eri about kufuga ate tegenda kyuka. In the moment we are discussing the constitution, we don't have a constitution, we don't have a parliament, we don't have an executive. The only thing we have is Museveni and the military, and we are dealing with those two institutions as a whole. Bano banna Uganda betuli mu kugamba nti nno they are not going to come out because no one nafa abali wanen wishes to put his life on a pedestal oba okuburiskinga obuteeka online. Naye situations tuforcinga okugamba bannange we have to do this. Mumulowooza omwana mukazi nga Olivia Lutaaya to come out and say, hey, I publicly oppose you Museveni. Nekimuteesa mukomera for 4 years. Basanya ne bajja ne babagamba nti no, we are in here because of political reasons. Ne babateeka mukomera for 3 years. Era ne tuddawo ne tudiscussing the constitution and the constitutionalism. We are not going to achieve anything. We have to go an extra mile. And the one thing I know is, if someone sets off that smoke and the fire starts, and we are ready, then so that we can change something. Maybe nebintu byokuddawo ne tutunula ne tudiscussing kachiri mbuka tutandise campaigns za we are starting campaigns of 2026. After the Olivia Lutaaya suffering in prison for 4 years because of that, putting members and military equipment in Kampala for almost 6 to 1 year because of Bobi Wine. We are going back in campaigns, then we are moot. Even we are not doing a clear-minded assessment. Because we're totally clear-minded. The philosophy of Museveni is simple. Show me the person, then I show you the crime. Period. So if we know that as easy as it is, why don't we do something even more different? Because agenda kusiba, agenda kututta, mpaka nga bwayagala, mpaka nga nafe tumutunuliza that same force. The same that I already turned about one, we can do better than that. Force. My submission.
Thank you very much, my brother Cooper. You're very right. Nga bwe nabagambye bannayuganda twagala nnyo tusavinga. Tulinga waliyo bannayuganda abalala be baabajja nti bo be balina okujja balwanirire freedom yaffe then ffe tunyumirwe. Bwe tutave mu comfort zone ey'okubeera awo oli n'agamba mwe mubeera ku Twitter nga mwogera. Naye nga naawe bw'onyigosa olomuga naawe obeera mu nnyumba yo ng'onywa obuugi. Ekitegeeza tulese space. Okay.
We should reflect why those guys went to the book.
Yeah. Nga bwe nkugambye Cooper. Oli ajja kujja akugambye mwe Cooper mubeera ku space nga mwogeza amaanyi. Nga tojjanga ku street nze mbaddamu ne mbagamba naawe obeera mu nnyumba yo ne mukazi wo nga mwegatta we munywa obuugi. Nga sikulabangako ng'obyogerako. Nze ati siko mbyogerako. Naye nga mbadde ku street leero nga bw'olaba basheshe balowekini abo we bambuuza nsobola okuwulira.
Bana we have bana nzisimanyina kumanya. Era kugambya omwana ajatandika omuliro Kampala.
Tubeera mu blame games. For example, nali ku TikTok recently ekibaluwa kya Kabaka Kwenza kino ekyafuluma ekya gundi eno the Kinshasa Declaration. Omwana
Yep.
naye bonna nga owulira aboogera kansuubira kituufu ffe tujja kubeerayo tujja laba tujja kuba engoma ng'obabuuza mwe mulinze kukuba ngoma na kubeerayo omulala n'atuuka n'okugamba abo bali mu kusaaga bali mu byabo teri asobola kukwata mundu ku mulembe gwa Museveni guno kowulira mentality naye ng'ekyo ekivaawo omuwuliraga abo abasajja babi nze nkugamba nze jjajjange ettaka baali beerya jjajjange nze taata wange bamukwata ne bamusiba emipiira ne bagiteekako amayinja nzikiriza ekitete naye n'omugamba Kinshasa declaration nti tujja beerayo tujja kuba engoma gundi omulabye gundi tuli so comic ebintu ebiri serious tetubiwabudde tumanye ekyo nekibanga luli akiwandiise buwandiisi nga kakwenza bawandiika ebintu bwe kipiikinga momentum buli wantu ne kibeerawo people can rise up from that nagamba naye ffe ffennyini fe abasooka okukuba ekintu oli bw'aleeta ekintu nga kirina kye kikola ffe ffennyini ab'enkyukakyuka fe abasooka okikuba
It's about creating distress among Ugandans. That's the only way to go. You disrupt their activities. All they care about, or whenever I talk about protests, demonstrations. Oh, Uganda, no, the 80s to 86.
n'owulira obusungu ng'ebuliro oyagala kikuba oluyi mu maaso
Olivia Lutaaya, where they are flowers, they are folks.
Kristo abadde alina kyatugamba Kristo speak us.
Mugisha nga oli munyiivu nnyo naye nga neeyanzisa akakisa kano akamayike nkeyanziza naye oli munyiivu bano bannayuganda bonna onyiiga nnyo muganda wange ojja kubulwa n'abakuziika kuba bannayuganda oba nga mbewutulirezi nze saagala muntu angamba nti munnayuganda tamanyi nsonga bakyalina okwerwanako
ffe twasasula tulina gundi aba funeral service ey'abasiraamu bajja kunziika sijalemera kungulu ndi wali
kyokka mulaba yes our communities bapleadinze guilty naye teri amanyi nti baba n'abata oba tebaabata kuba Museveni waddembo bagamba muddeeyo mukomera natabawa na deeti yakubajja Museveni agenda bazannyirako obubadi mugenda kumunaba nabo banyini bagenda kumwetamu kuba tagenda kuba tababeere free tagenda kukikola ekyo ne wanaabagamba nti mugende ewaka Museveni alina okuba wakinga all their moves balina kubeera mu mikono gye ate tagenda kukkiriza muntu yenna ffeewe bannaawe tutugenda tusengeka ebintu balambule kuddiru ki bagenda kubeera on watch 24/7 wanaaba abatadde obanze ng'omu yes they pleaded guilty naye simanyi nti oba anaabata kuba bapleadinga dda bakyakola kye mumakomera oba singa abadde akikola nti kituufu singa yabatadde abaana byadda nti bapleadinga guilty naye bikaseera ne bateeka kali we baali bakwatanga omwomu singa bapleadinga guilty gwe bata tiyayovetakiza nti yekangagiza ne bamutana ddi iwaabwe negundi n'ebyabwe ne byabaswa babata abasuubiza eggulu nansi heaven and earth singa buli gwe bataga basuubiza ennyumba nti n'ebiwandiiko nti ennyumba eri mu nnyonyo naye teyadde n'ekimu bapleadinze guilty on empty promises so nze mbabuulidde kati nze question yange eri mutwe ndyomu how are we going to protect the remaining 9 communities how are we going to protect them wakiri gye tuli if we keep quiet now we're not pleading guilty now
Kristo.
yes
The mistake we are doing here is one. What is that? Ababana bali mu struggle. Chiringa when you go to fight a gorilla, obango muri musiko. The choice when you are fighting government, the outcome is that two. You have to win or you die in it. That's what are protecting the remaining 9. Or nobody can never moving in the direction of Uganda. One of our pleading guilty, or Babasara, never sacrifice Uganda, that's okay. But Wabula, move your faith, Edako, and no bail. And Christo, go back to Amajaga Museveni, where Daku Quata. Olina tokoze mu struggle oba nago ogenze bakusiyaje Balaam akwogere semanyi bichi nga ddala olaba nti just bigambo byo byebikusibiza nze kyekyenuma nti abaana bonna abagenze mukomera babakoze eki bali mu bonoonera obulamu bwabwe wabigambo ati tusigenda kuddayo mu makomera ga Museveni for words only oba ngenda kuddayo mu komera ga Museveni ne mugambe ne wonsalira akalabba I plead guilty kubanga yes nakikoze
naye kirala Kristo kino mulinga abatakimanyi bwe twatuuka mu ggwanga emisango egyasalibwanga bakiyamaani kati otunulira minisita omulamba nga ali ku poliisi simayanga oli yakozesa TikTok n'agamba agenda kukwata akaana k'emyaka 3 nga minisita ali wali avimbagata yenna ebitamatama bizimbi alinga abo avumbagatiddemu bigundi bibanzi wabubanzi buno bumaana akaaba mu bumanyi obw'ebitaano Dr. Mongadi bo bamanyi kukola bwe bakozesa baga nga naye ali awo naye eddembe chairman be bamalanga egyo emisango ekyana nga bakireetebwa chairman n'akikuba emiggo so we are not even in a state. We are living under tyranny. So You must learn how should people handle a tyrant. Go and Google search. How should we handle a tyrant? After you Google that, nemuli wano simanyi nakumanya. Nze leero mbadde n'obusungu nga n'okunaaba saagala kunaaba tete munsekerera. Like seriously. Mbadde n'obusungu nga nkankana saagala naaba saagala kola ki nga n'abansala mu maaso mbagamba munviire. I swear. Kuva ku macha space mbadde njirabe badde kweri. Naye nga ngamba sijja kutambala nga nina beenda bane ku space nga bwe ntuukawo bengendo sooka nvume bonna. Nga since day one babadde mu kulya mawogo naye ati nga beefudde aboogere nnyo. Hiro biki obadde olina kyogamba mayogera then Kristo naye atwongereyo.
Kristo abadde omaliriza.
Uganda ligenda maaso tofaayo sabula.
Omanyi, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. Naye ngenda kuhidinga the name. Once upon a time waliwo omukyala mu Uganda yali political leader nga wamaanyi nnyo. Museveni n'amusuula mu trap. Ngenda bulaba Abaganda baffe bano gye babasuddemu. N'amutwala mu mbeera ze baagendamu ne banegotiatinga because oluvannyuma lw'omunyigiriza yamutwala into negotiation. Bw'amutwala into negotiation n'amusuubiza okumuwa ennyumba n'ebirala ebyali bigenderako. Bwe yamaliriza okutuukiriza bye yali ayagala otuukiriza, omukyala n'aba nga takyasobola kujja mu political play, like mu open politics. Naye yamuwa ekyapa ky'ennyumba nga kiri fake. Remember amutadde mu mbeera y'okumubeera nga takyasobola kwetaaya, n'amutwala into negotiations nga bw'olaba Olivia, n'atuuka ne ku point ey'okumutega ekyapa eky'ekifere. Omukyala aba ali awo ne bamugamba ennyumba eyo yaffe. Kakati ennyumba yange biki. Amugamba present evidence. Ng'ekyapa kyalina fake. Nga tebali balina original yakyo. Naye ebyo byayitawo, amuzanyisiza amutize political career ye, amaze amuzannyideko emizannyo gye. So oyo ye musajja gwe tudiiringa naye. Nti abaana abo babatadde mu kintu ekyo, tetujja banenya. Naye oluusi bambi, otwate owewunya abasajja abalinga Balaam ne bafulufira. Otwala otyo omwana wa munno mu kintu ky'omanyi wa gye kigenda omukomya, n'obubi obukirimu. Ng'omusajja gwe mudiiringa naye mu kimanyi jjo na luli yeefuula. You are negotiating on his behalf. Si ye ya negotiating nabo direct. Tomanyi kiki kyaliza kuzza kubanga omusajja kuvadde abadde nga yeefuula ne banne bonna abamukoledde abadde abeefuulira. Kati nze gye mbasaagala gifuula mbozi wabula the point is, and the second thing is sijja kuddaawo ngambe nti 2026 is our threat. No. Because twasobola okubaawo nti tuyise mwene embeera nga tetunnaba kugguka ku kye twagala kuggusa. Ne tuba nga kizze nga tetulina option ndala yonna nga 2026 yagenda okujja. But of course we know biki byakola. We shouldn't all that kuddaawo kulamentinga ku biki byakola ajja tutega amagye ajja kola biki. Our point should be, how are we prepared for such a situation? Because like it or not, the worst has happened. We are already in the worst. We are looking for ways of how going out of the dungeons of the worst situation that we are in. Let the political leaders and do what they are doing, but how are we going out of the dungeon situation that is going to happen and already happened? As we were here, we should be looking for solutions. We should resort to solutions. And if we get solutions, implementations, but more so, getting more prepared than ever. Because like it or not, Kadis is almost like as well he will use the same tactics as Zenga even in other elections and other situations. Starting from now, we are here speaking, almost like receiving the crime people who are that's why I held this meeting with the embassy and the ambassador. There are some things we that he's in the corner. But we are also following the one thing I feel pain about, we can say the defensive. Omusajja na kubeera mu defensive all the time. But if we always start lamenting, ne baita daibato ne tujikoberera, kituteeka mu defensive. We tuli mu Uganda nga kisaawe. If we either not in the middle center, we have to be in his box. Not allowing him to be in our box. It's only all about making preparations and getting organized. There is no way to go ku space. Ngotya n'okuwandiika ekigambo Museveni must go ku space go holdings. Ekigambo abantu kyabagala okuwulira saawe ne twagala kigambo kitugatta. It is Museveni must go. The Kenyans batandise okuteeka obo bagamba sauti ya mwananchi Ruto must go. Other resolutions bazogerera omwo mu discussion ne muleeteno ne mugikoonako but the main issue ne bwe tugamba tugenda kulwanira baganda baffe tugenda kulwanira by'ekiteezi all in all tumalizanga bwe tuba tukiri successful kitwala ku Museveni agende. Naye Museveni agende tagenda kugenda nga tusomye tactics zaako. This is the like it or not talina card ndala gyazanya. He is playing the same card. That means nafe tulina okumudiza with the same card architecture. Tuve mu by'okubeera nga batuleti kati ebyasuddiru twabima amazzi. Tebiri mawulire but we are moving. And that is the win. We should learn how to ignore. Opponent of an eye, not to Kolirako. As then after when you put in the form of Kubani Bakola, but all in all, that's what they win. Because all along, it has been proven today. We shouldn't even get emotional. We should be more stronger than we have ever been. We've gone through. We need to build strong defensive mechanism for ourselves. Because we have to build strong political forces, ourselves as civilians. But most we need to be defensive. All the time tujja kubanga tugenda mu koti macho kupulidinga kwa baganda baffe babate nga tusobola okuteekawo mechanism ezisobola okubeera nga zibataasa okubanga ne ku ground wennyini nyini tebagenda. Yesterday nalaja katambi ngomusajja bamunyinga bakutte mundu baga other people are just there looking in bakwatana videos. And I know that tomorrow they will come, they will come to a shooting for such a person. Huh? Such a situation, we should build a very, very strong mechanism, defense mechanism for ourselves as civilians. Because if we are calling up people power movement to be back, it needs a defensive mechanism. It needs a mobilizational team. That's why you have a political commissar. If you're talking of bringing back the people power movement, that means you're not going to win a political commissar. When we consulting political wise, we know to go to clear Navanga, so for that matter, therefore, we space even the who get up about them coming out NUP of money work on the struggle. Need to part against the Muntunoma, you struggle to be around the no other cousin I got you with that. At times, we are inviting about Jacob space. We discuss with them to get up one of them. What is next? Because the political system is so way no, who put them on the serious visit. For I think from a clinic one either. Akati abachaja balino kubera nga nabo balivedo okujja okwogera ffe bitwagala okuwulira yegwe namuga oli MP w'egundi twagala kujjako Museveni otuwa magezi ki bw'aba akankana bwe tuviire tunoonya n'atisobola people who can speak directly because the guy is using barbaric tactics and for us we are soft we need to turn to him either tulina okubeera dangerous gyali oba yitukirize yabeere dangerous gye tuli that is by lamenting tujja kuba tuli soft kadi zimuweddeko ate azanyisa kadi bbiri either alina okuba ngatta oba okubatisatisa n'okubasiba like what has happened ate azanya omuzannyo guno mu busiru nti yakwata ba Idi Mutwebo n'abata n'agaba ba critics be mugende nga mwogera tiba Idi Mutwebo nga babatadde lwaki Olivia Lutaaya tabata n'alabanga international community muli because of Olivia Lutaaya and other prisoners ataddeko abamu nti bwanalaba bano nga bali wabweru gwali mundu ojja kusigala omutima gwongera okwenyiga at the end of the day nabo bajja kupulidinga guilty ate atukomewo tugambe ne bannaffe omwendera bakikoze than making preparations of how we are going to go over the worst situation that has happened. We agree we need to be organized. You are out of Uganda. Chicho inokola. You are in Uganda. Chicho inokola. Chikandikira kugwe. Let's not talk about all Ugandans because banayitana bonaba tubagenda kutuyamba ku revolution yeno. Nga frequente gese. Because abantu bajja kwera kumacha omwana ayinire Kampala bamukubolinga yetu Sanya aveko waya. Abantu okungana mba biwamba muri prepare nga muri kumpya. You can start from there. Abalanga bafolowinga. Nekisobola n'okutulema nga tekitambise. You are calling Ugandans bagenda kusituka. Nekisobola okutulema okugusa because tekibadde prepared. We need to contact those people. Kati saa wene yakwogera bigambo ebiri direct. Si byakwetoloola. Because omusajja kati yatulaza ali direct. Bamakwata Sanya namwambaza essaati ya yero. Ngira tusigala tugamba mu katebe obufuzi tebiriwo. We believe that we have to be prepared nga ffe tuli civilian. What are the civilian forces that tugenda okozesa? Abali resorting to other strong tactics. Abalowooza mu weapons. Ye bali nabo banyeze kateeka zaabwe. But we as the civilians, as we civilize people, we mobilize people, we are raising them. We should also be prepared. Spaces to them tuzituuze nga luli. Tuleke kubeera nga tunafuwa. If someone ategese yo space, tujje twogere ebiri direct. If possible, bwe tulaba nga hashtag tuli mu kwogerako erina sector mwebwa. Charge some of the prominent people abali mu sector eyo. At least ne waba juzi wantu atajinga maawo oyo. Space we basuna yali agitegese. Ne tulepuka. Enkera maawo yavayo n'akola comment. That means kyamutuuse. Lutaaya be mwokirekawo. Ne bakiwulira as we continue. Naye abeereyo mu mutima gumutundu gangambe ddala ebisajja nabyo nange bindiko. Right now Museveni is at a siege. Ali mu kasenge, bamunyigiriza mu kasenge. Reaching to a point of telling him nti munnaye biri abiri mukoza for the peace of East Africa, don't come back. N'atandika okusala agenda kufuna atya wawumuliza ebibye because asimanyi bulungi amagye agayina. Yes olina amagye. Naye waliwo revolution neziguka. Nga civilian be bazikulembedde. Si kugwa bugwi mbuno boogera. They are always prepared. Niyinza okuba nga sigenda kugamba nti mugi gundi twesinkana. Naye nze ng'omuntu osobola okuba nga nina ttiimu yange y'abantu 10. Bwe nfuna wano knowledge, nzirayo nenjira feeling nga tugetinga more organized and more defensive. Ne tulaba nga tukola ki? Nga tutambula. It's not all about wano kanti tulina kwegata fa abali wano. No. Get knowledge here, dayo ku ground, organize your team, ebeerewo safe. As we mobilize, as we come on spaces, as we talk, we civilize people. Bajja kukitegera because kankubuulire. Buli omu obulumi bwalina sigwa obutaddeko abuulira ng'omuntu. There is a point. Omusajja yalaba oli yali atambula bibye. N'asanga abeekabaka asamaki to parliament n'agamba. Then afiro omwana wange bikyaliwo ekiti. Teyabuuza yatandikirawo. Some people ask nti abaaye tusimbule oba tugenda kugenda kebya tunaabitegerereyo naye ffe katusimbule. That should be the issue. Nti kijja kumusanga eyo nga tamanyi. There is a point egenda okutuuka nga amakubo g'e Kampala gonna magule. Naye ng'oyo abadde awuza agenda Kampala kukola nga tasobola diri nnyamu kulitambuliramu. Because of the situation eriwo nti kati abantu batabuse buli bwe balaba ayesirwaza mbu agenda kukola nga balina kukuba mukuba embooko. Ate ku kozi yaabwe. But that is after action has started. So if it means consulting the prominent political leaders, we consult them. If it means kubeera organized, we look for ways. This is a solution looking point. Tunoonya solutions right now and implementation because tukimanyi. We know very well kiki ekijja mu maaso ne kiki ekitera okukolebwa mu mbeera gye tugendamu. Naye tugyetegekedde tutya. Awetaaga financing, you can try it out mu ngeri yo. Awetaaga okyenyigiramu, you do it mu ngeri yo. Awetaaga okuwa amagezi, you do it mu ngeri yo. But all in all, naawe kenyini you are a commander and you need to have people who believe in you. Nti n'owabulira Katonda bagamba abantu bange 10 mujje wano waliwo ekiriwo. abalala mwesangayo bwesanga bano abannayuganda baagala kulaba kiba kyamukiriza ne bakuga nti waliwo kerere ne bakuŋŋaana obategera mbu muli ku nsonga eyo bagoberera bugoberezi lwakuba tulina omutawaana oguliwo tubali tulina too much belief in the political leaders nti waba tayogedde we shall not act ekyo tulina okibreakinga. That's why Kyagulanyi abadde ng'agamba you need to be more Kyagulanyi is there kitandikira ku ffe tulekerawo bakkiririzaamu let us consult them just somehow somewhere but we need to be organized. That's the main issue. Solutions, organization, and being prepared to building a defense mechanism. Nkyogera konyo because nze mpulira nkoye bino ate tukaya bamupulidding the guilty ate twagala basurities mu kooti naye nga munaffe bamukwataawo nga tutumula ababodaboda bw'obeerayo n'abasatu ku stage babuuliremu nti wabodaboda asobola n'okuwa olugambo abawala yenyama binayita ku musirikale mala mweyogerezeeko bayiika mangu endusu ajja tuwa ebyama. That's how we should go over some issues. Abakyala bakola kyamaanyi nnyo mu nsonga era abanakenya mwabala bajja mu maaso ga polisi n'anyenya bw'ati bonna ne baloba action negenda mu maaso naye tujja kutandika ekintu kino nga kitabuse ate kitulemerere nga tukikomeza mu kuba ate omusajja bajja kuba muwaddedde daniel naye bw'alaba nga mulemeddeko mumuleetera talina kyabasigaza than running away from you people because we are more stronger than anybody else in Uganda. Let it be Museveni, let it be those guns. Talina bajja zitunuza mu ngamba y'abantu ng'etabuse akugamba agenda kola nguudo mu Central African Republic. You ask yourself why? He may be preparing for his plan B. Singa abantu ali emisinde ne kigaana nina wempita nengera ne nekweka eno naye tukumuwadde kyansa abeere mu box yaffe mwabazanyira tugende mu box ye buli kaseera kumuwa emirimu diversion zize zife ebyaba Olivia Lutaaya bibaddewo out. What is our way forward? Omulala jena nayogereko kubanga kati nze mba nkoledde
tukutegeera hiro wiki tulina nyigamu kyo kyekituufu tulina nyigamu. That is the truth. Owulidde ekyoyogera kituufu. For example twabasuubiza ne tubagamba ku independence tujja gwe walaba for the first time how many foreign dignitaries did you see celebrating independence? Gwe walaba bameka okujja ku president Sima wa DR coach ba Congo because ebijani olwensonga twagamba nti ffe musirike twagala abagenyi bajje abaana ne boogera ologa buli omwana onye B kyeka abagenyi ne bafuna information nti Uganda kitokota era teba
obubeera buwanguzi tetwagala mutakayitu intimidation aberenga buli kyetuleeta naye nga akirozaako n'amaaso ge ne bw'aba akiwulidde tetwagala muddisaayo byalina
ya celebrating independence ye ne babbi banne. Nobody came. Oli ajja kugamba it was a coincidence, yeah, but you know since you started seeing independence either kubeerako abakulembeze mukaaga bameka naye ku luno tebajja. They have started isolating him. You look at the trends. Let's be realistic. Goloza lwaki bakubye nnyo okuleeta zi international events e Uganda. Simayanga namwe gye tule Uganda. Camp, Sam, Pesu, Pin, Pon. Because people have started isolating them. Ate ffe tuli wano tuli mu kuyuwalebe. Tuli mu kuleega mayuuga. Titwagala kukola kye tulina kukola. Tuli mu kwevunaana buli kaseera tuli mu bikalingi. Olw'okuba gundi eno olw'okuba Mujimatini alina ekitumbwe alina ba followers Simayanga njagala sente zaale no musukwi era obulire ebyekisibu ate Simayanga Nikolo ate Simayanga Miki Wayini ate tuli mu bintu ebisinga okubeera ebyekisiru ngate wana abantu wetwandibadde tutuningira omubali ne gutooka gutokota ne tukuba ekidongo. Ugandans nze ntuuka ekiseera n'enkoowa zijja kulimba heroic nengamba kansooke n'ensonyiwa ezi space ne Twitter nga nzija n'enjibikula n'empitamu n'endaba n'enzira eggwe ebbali n'ennywa amazzi n'akata leero lwe nkoze space eno olw'ensonga leero mbadde mpulira obusungu mbutuufu senga ngwa ku basajja nga mpuuga ng'ayitawo atisika emmotoka y'egikuba ettoffaali sikulimba olw'ebyo myopic thinking wording nga n'omukyala gundi Winnie Kizza atabeera akakunawa NUP ayogedde n'agamba abantu babanyigiriza paka ku luyo olusembayo bino ebya Olivia tubadde tubimanyi. Agatha 2 days ago yavaayo n'ayogera byennyini n'agamba bano bagenda bazza naye babanyigiriza bino bye bigenda okuvaayo. Go and check the threads of Agatha. Okuva Agatha lwe yava mu lisensi abadde abyogera Agatha atuhaire. So it is not new. Naye kirala Council Tobias wama wandize n'otugaba batugambye nti nno bang the table agobya Anthony Jeno ffe bituyambira wa naye ffe biyinza okuba bituyamba bate bituyamba kyonna kye biri. We can't get our freedom through normal means. That is the truth. That is case closed. Because Baba Gambanga Abasaga Naga, they will never accept a civilian to be a leader in Uganda. Nebajja ne bamala ne befula ababeetonde era poliisi amba weeyo ku buttekira poliisi ngenda bawayo ku bittekira n'ebigodogodo mu nsonyiwe nakozeemu ensobi n'adiriitinga n'awa Balaam be batambula nabo ebigodogodo n'abawa ebyo buttekira ne babeera awo bonna nga bavuya bannayuganda ne basirika. And we took it lightly. That statement could have been nga nesa tukyakyogeraku naye lwe bwe yeetonda naffe ne tusirika tubeera ng'abagamba ffe ekikulu yeetonda kasita omutamiivu waffe yeetonda nga tubyesonyiwa yeetonda biki ng'agambye nti bannansi tebagenda kukola ki teri munnansi teri civilian kufuuka president so bintu bingi njagala tugguka obwongo buno essaawa eno abantu abatali bannansi baagala kufuuka bannansi amataka bagabba abasaamu mayanja bagamba nti nno kabaka yazikira ettaka lya kitaawe simanyanga oba ayagala agula ettaka tuli busaakaasi ne mutalaba nti nno bali mu kunyagulula bayisaawo bisawo basajja bayisaawo bisawo ffe tuli mu kusinika businisi binnyo Council Tobias.
Mugisha, good morning, night shifters. This is so nice. I like the night shift. I like the night shift because people have maintained it. It has been there. It keeps pushing the cause. Yeah, the normal people at night. I see Dr. Mungadi, Mugisha. Thanks for always being around and sharing the links. Yeah, so some kind of Agovie Attorney General. Anti-Cat Attorney General, he had become a problem. Attorney General was heading the bar was LDC. Then gave into the they wouldn't support him because recently Malabanga Bagulao CID Waliko marking. Yeah, get up with me. He was like, people shouldn't be bailed. What he was proposing is very rough things. I don't know why he was doing that, but it was so harsh. He has been so harsh. I didn't listen to people. So someone got the move. Yeah, he has indeed done something because we needed someone who can speak for the people. I know we didn't support him and all that, but at least let him now do his work. Let him do the work because the gender want him. We needed someone that can speak what people want. Because Attorney General, we understand this. They should remove mandatory bail because which write a mandatory bail. Mandatory bail comes in where you have been in prison for like 60 days without appearing in court. I think even Sami could qualify, but just that Sami Kati, his hearing is on, so it becomes harder. So Kati for him was like, no, those people should be bailed out. No way will I get out when they open his CID and several things he has been doing. So some they try expelling him from the bar CTV, but people expand on that. But even today, about Agatha has struggled with those guys of Nope. She has struggled. Maybe at an recent man, just so recent, that's when I knew about her. When the match came and all that, and that's when I discovered that people in prisons who are suffering. And like Olivia retired, nice money. And all the stories the girls have been telling us, Olivia is there cooking with she. And but I think she reached somewhere and she was like, let me just give in. Because Balaam has been in prison every day, trying to persuade those people. And when you get out, you will leave this place. That's the only way you can leave. Just telling them to plead guilty. I think at Olivia, like maybe it was from March to Parliament, they become her friends. Then from there they get away. So I think she is someone. She was like, I also just have to leave this place. And that was another way because she wasn't happy with what she did. She wasn't happy. Actually, she was shy. I think she reached prison and just even cried because they will be like they have tortured those guys. Nyamba denari mshati navuma Bobby Wine namvuma. Okay, I'm not a fan of Bobby, but I saw the person being doing something under just pressure, just desperate. Just kuvayo. And those guys are going through a lot now. Now that I plead guilty, the only thing is that they'll have a hearing, and maybe that's when the court can and try to release them, or even they can get bail. And the state has been fighting them. I think it was because that's all we want. We want them to just.
But on that, yes, if the accusers have a case to answer, like in ICC at a certain time or in any other court, can these people again get let me call it a rebut, and then bring up their issue that we were coerced to such an extent? Because I believe that is a case to answer too.
Yeah, actually they can do that because first of all they have been tortured in those chambers. They have been tortured, and you can't expect someone to just remove instructions from now. Can someone say just wakes up from nowhere and says, I don't want you to be my lawyer. I want this soldier to be my lawyer. How can someone do that, really? It is just being forced. People are being forced. People are being persuaded to do things they don't want. They don't have any other option. Mamani, I think we have Gambia. We are going to give you state lawyers. Then we are going to add your case, then we release you. Check it, Gambia. I think Gambia denounce denounce Nope, why Jova Balaam, but they shout, there's one was shouting, hey, but why not remove for the but I've seen Nope suffering with those guys. There's no day Museveni has not appeared in court. There's no day Roboboy has not gone to court. There's no day. No, those guys. There's no day these people guys are not posting, trying to ask for bail. Didn't know pass suffer. So on the level I want to arrest someone and not abuse it. I don't know, maybe they're trying to do it to get freedom and all that. Yeah, indeed. No part try, but it is the state. It is just the state fighting them. Now they can, in case things go to UCC, they have their rights. You come out, you give evidence, say they forced me. Hey, cause humanitarian grounds. Everyone can understand that being in prison for 4 years, not even appearing in court, that is just evident. Yeah, so to Asabide, let's pray for them. All I want is, and I know everyone wants, let Lutaaya get out of that place. Yeah, let's see what next, because people are going through a lot. They're just tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, thank you very much, Council Tobias. Katubasabide abaana abo tubasabide tubateeke mu swala. Lukanga jangu tubuuzeeko. Lukanga, speak to us.
Era kanzija mbabuuzeeko kubanga obwedda gye ndi eyo nawedda ndupirawo ku space ey'okumakya naye baba. Aha, obaana Museveni waatwagala oba nedda? I don't know. Naye nga how is everybody doing? Mugi everyone here. Today omuntu wange gwe nsinzira akajja andiremu amateeka olwaleero ya hostinze. Kakati naakubuuza nti ebibuuzo byange. Leero naawe. No, constitution. Kati
Bano wennyina yasireera omuzindala agulina Council Tobias.
So, nga tukyali wano, but Ugandans, I don't know what's wrong with us. We had an issue going on. We knew October 9th, it was a done deal, and we had omulamwa. Ate omulamwa ogwo nga gwaki. Ne wajjawo n'omulamwa omulala, bagayi ne bajja ne bakatandika okwataakinga Buganda. That one was also another that it was boiling. For the first time I saw some Ugandans of Baganda, banange, aneda sijja kwetonda. Nga bagamba nedda tugenda kuboola kabaka tusigale nga tutudde. Like how others did when they clapped, because people yagamba mfenga Baganda tujja kuba malawo. And people clapped, I hope we all remember. Simanyi kano ka group kakyagula nja kukamalawo, ne baseka ne bakuba mu ngalo. This time round, omusajja agezaako okugula ne mugamba, okay, nedda tugenda kuvoola kabaka nga tulaba. That is a spark, if we know what we want. Now, we are here saying no constitutional amendment, your fake amendments. Tuchiganye. Natuletera mbu Olivia, they have pleaded guilty. Now we have spent the whole day, I'm sure the whole week. Today is Monday. Already in Uganda, it is a Tuesday. Again, we are going to come here and start talking about Banange, Olivia. You like I've said, you just pray for them because, was it Dr. Mgeni who said? It is now a deadly mission. We all know what these guys can do. Now, instead of us being on saying Balaam must be profiled, we have instead, at least some people turned the battle, and then we started, like you said, fighting amongst each other, like fighting our own. And yet our very own also called us out. Our very own has been calling us Ugandans, banange, and this is how Museveni has been ruling Uganda, because he says, Narwana. We all know Kasoto Biasigo Amateka. Can I say from here and I say, mukwate mundu, nina kuwe mundu, mugende ku street, owa mugende nakasero, mugende wa moche, amayumba. What have I done to myself? What have I done to myself? And according to the caliber of a person, gwe twagala atulagire nti tukwate obe mundu, oba tugende tuoche state house, oba tugende tuoche parliament. What does that mean? And where does that leave that person? Nga tutegeera mu butegeevu bwaffe. At the end of the day, you want someone to command you. You know the guy is calling us, we are tuli bati? Atwita ati ono nachemalira ne group yabwe. Apart from saying tuli bayaga, we are not land, we are so and so and so. But now we can't expect someone to tell you go get a gun. No way, that is impossible. A person speaks peacefully for you to understand. At the end of the day, the people of Kitezi, Rubiji, Wona, Baba Kubake Chibati, do you still want a person to come and tell you, get out and fight for your land? Do you want a person to come out and command you? Are we serious? No, the other one is going for leave, to make amendments under whose regime. And yet you're the same people who endorsed it. Ugandans. The day we shall wake up and say enough is enough, We have so many sparks. The spark is not on Olivia because even others pleaded guilty. They did. Are they out? The first group of people, what is his name? The guy who was so vocal that they would beat when we are watching and on cameras. Where are they? Have you accessed any of them? The first batch of people, of guys who are in prison. Who has seen them? Mr. Mugisha, maybe you help me. Have you
No,
seen
those
them?
ones we are sentenced to 4 months and 2 days. We are sentenced Jebaba.
You see? Now, so you don't know for how long Lutaaya never knew. And even if they get out, they're not going to have access. Christoph said about it. And we all know what is coming ahead. The problem is that we do not want to revise. Wabula tusobola okurivisinga Nicole obwerere bwe katambi ne mukalaba day in, day out. But when it comes to important issues, we don't want to listen. We don't want to understand. We don't want to reflect. But Mpuga again, the Olivia. The Olivias, yes, they did their part. And we all know, unless you have not been following. Me from the one the guy said, let us stop crying about free political prisoners because the person who took them knows why and he has them. When he feels like, he will take them. One day, they said, oh, yamulaba, bamutwala, yene bamuteka mu chopa ne bamutuse uwe, yene bamu escorting, mubabale seno. That's that kind of speech. Now, we just did the same thing. We just did the same thing ourselves. If someone else comes up, we say, yeah, the guy, Uganda, if we do not want to get another dictator, because Mugisha will be able to speak and say, no, I did A, B, C, D because I wanted the country. And that person will not have the audacity to stand before you and say, I fought for you, where were you? Because you've paid your price. The person will not be able to stand and say, no, that is my land. Because I stood for it. But they're taking away your land, you're watching. You want me to come and speak for you. You want me to come to your house and wherever they have put you and tell you, Munango laba, eryo no takalyo, fuluma yo, genda werwaneko. Inze? Who's talking? You are sitting. Ugandans. So there's so many things that are going on. Now we have settled for this. Each time we were almost reaching a certain spot. For example, we said we're running a marathon. If I'm at 10K, my name is 42. Now, this is the full marathon, not half. I'm remaining with, because it is 42 kilometers. Now we have reached 10K. The guy says, ngate bapowa. Netutuka 20K. There lactic ne yingira. Lactic ebadde tuyingidde. When I speak the sports language, those who know sports, you understand. You know, once lactic hits you up, trust me, you have trained for it. That is the time you're like, yes, this is what I need. You don't want to stop because you're like, my body is going to recover and I'm almost there. That is when the body gives up. Now, lactic abadde atuyingidde nga tugamba no tetudda mabega. Kakati tuzeeyo ebigere ebirala. Kubanga atutegedde naffe ne tukkiriza. Mr. Mugisha gwe obadde wano tusomesa constitution ya Uganda every single day, the night shift. It is time again, I think again, to go back. Guys on space, do not allow that. This struggle, some of us, Madways, I'm glad you are here. You talked about the Kunga. You know how it started. And we said, once you jump onto something that you did not start, it is going to crash. It is going to crash Madways. You know how you started this, and you know what you have been doing, but somehow, somewhere, you are being diverted. Somehow, somewhere, you are being diverted. Can we get back to the cause? Can we get back to the marathon that we are running?
My sister Lukanda.
Yes, sir.
That's sort of, we are very delighted that we are here. I won't change the topic as it is: Thailand, death, torture, ignorance, and shitty politics. The truth is that we are discussing right now, and I believe, Council Tobias, you have been seeing around what has been going around. The constitution amendment, the parliament, the removal of the whatever, all the opposition people said no to removal. All of them. But the people from NRM are vying for it, because today I saw one stupid guy, because every person who is that side, to me, a lot of them are stupid. This from PROU, he was saying, the opposition people should have supported the removal bill because, and I was like, what the fuck? The opposition has said no, and you're saying yes. It means when it comes to the floor of parliament, it may pass. That is the first one. We are seeing the Mbides, the Banyarwanda are asking to be recognized tribe, because, as you know, Constitution Article 10 describes the tribes as they are 63. Article, I think, is it the third section, Article 10, something like that, but it describes the 36 tribes. But it goes ahead and says someone to be a citizen by birth should stretch his ancestors way back from 1926. And when you go to Article 102 of the Constitution, it states the qualities of one to be a president. He should be a citizen by birth. So we are seeing the MBDs coming up saying they want to be recognized as citizens by birth and trashing the constitution of the land. But people are not speaking about this. They are trashing the constitution of the land in media. The lawyers like the MBDs, they sit and they say Uganda was a kraal before 1962 and trashing everything. It means this is a well-orchestrated move. And when we were still there, then we saw Kaibanda coming in, the Barundi, I'm the leader of the Barundi. Remember, these two are recognized as tribes in the constitution of Uganda, but not as by birth. Because even me, Munyankole, to be given a status of citizen by birth, I must prove by bringing my ancestors from 1926. And I'm asking myself, why would these foreigners ask for a special status, whereby me, a typical Munyarwanda, a typical Muhororo, can't come up to ask for a special status? That is another thing. And when we were still there, Sudiru came in with the Bayindis with our 0.001. We offer 65% of the taxes in the country, meaning that they own the economy of the country. It means Ugandans are not economically independent. And he stands on the same note saying we should be recognized in a special way within the constitution of Uganda. And then Mpuga comes with a second-tier parliament, whereby he wants to create an upper house and a lower house, whereby it can be in a way, if you say that you want the original districts to elect people into the upper house, it means they can create a vote college that in the long run, this college can vote the president, creating a backdoor of the Mao issue. So I believe these people are trying to abrogate the constitution, do away with the constitution, and create a constitution that can really favor them, vis-a-vis the statements of the founding father, who is Dr. Milton Obote, stating that the one who is occupying plot number 1 is not a citizen of Uganda, and he is a person who came as a refugee, and his father is not a citizen of the Republic of Uganda. Remember, this founding father was the first employer of the person who is occupying plot number 1. So, and Muhoozi comes in with his controversial tweets, no civilian will rule, we are the Bachwezi. So that all havoc and things. And then you hear the 2026, you hear the meetings between the US Embassy and whatever, and Mr. Museveni. I believe that's why in the beginning, I was telling Ugandans here, that Banabasaja bali mukuyisa bisawo. They are trying to isa kulitalaba. But a lot of trash is happening in the background because Mr. Museveni and his team, they never give when they are not taking. They take as they give. And sometimes after taking, they will also come for what they have given you. So specifically, that is the nutshell. Council Tobias, can you expand for us if you still have some energy in you? I know it's late in the night, 1 o'clock. Can you expand to us to make the glasses big? Because it seems Ugandans, they are not putting on the glasses to understand that we are heading into a lot of anarchy. We are living into tyranny, but we are heading into anarchy. Council Tobias, are you there? Council Tobias was that tabinyise munsuwa. Lukango nzijjayo oluzungu mbadde nga naluzungu ndutaddeko ebbali.
Like, yeah, for sure. Seriously, because yes, was it yesterday, guys, on space? Yeah, as we must bring up an alternative as others are bringing the amendments. Guys, right now, we want to overhaul the whole system. That is the main aim. The main aim. Twagamba nti kati tulina Virgin Land. Tekuliko kintu. Kati gwe tumala okubajjako tumanye nti tetulina kintu neki. Then we build the Uganda that we need. Who qualifies to be an MP? Who qualifies to be a president? What are the qualifications? You cannot be an MP that has an S6 certificate and then you think that MP is going to advocate for salary increment of a teacher, of a doctor. You people, how do you expect that person to know the pain you went through as a doctor to put for you a salary wage? Like, seriously. So we want to let us fight to overhaul this system completely and then after that, mutandika okuzimba Uganda eyammwe eyaffe ngaba n'Abamerika bwe bazaanyawo ba Native Americans ne babajjawo bonna ne bateekako etta ne bagamba kati now this is America we need. Now for us we don't see that these guys they are fighting for what, because they also do not know where they belong, so they want to belong and they are fighting. Sudiru yaze n'abagamba, and surprisingly Mr. Mugabe kino yansiba kyogera nti abaasoma munyinza. This gentleman Twitter said, yeah, they are right. They deserve it. Hey, Do you know the disadvantage of being a foreigner in a country? Do you know the disadvantage of investing in a foreign land? You expect to be overtaxed. That is expected. Obanza atabitegeera. So it is not a favor. It is a must because you are a foreigner. Nga ffenna bwe mukola mu gundi z'abantu olina okukola extra ogenze mu maka g'omuntu olina okukola extra olya ya bwereere nannyini waka asobola okutuula n'atakola kintu naye gwe ogenda kulya naye ogikoleredde. So we don't expect this. So you want the students because they are rich. Mbukubanga the economy, yes, America wan economy yayo eyimiridde ku ki? Kyova olabanga bakuwa work permit ogisasulidde naye ate n'okola kubanga baagala musolo. So you people banza atabitegeera oba bino bantu tubagambe mutya bannange. Tubagambe tutya nti twagala eggwanga lyaffe gayaze ne mumwa plat manange nabo kati bagende kubeerawo mwe babagobye ku mataka gamu temumanyi na gye muli ani amanyi abantu b'e Lusanja gye baalaga. Who knows? Someone tell me that you know where the Lusanja people are or went. Nobody knows. But who didn't see what happened? Who didn't see? Now Luigi name them babateeseko ekibati tuli wano twasama ate Olivia ate bakozi bate naawe wooli bagenda kujja batandika okujjamu like our ancestral graves ne bajja ne bazimenyawo ne bazitwala ne bateekako ekyabwe kati nze bwe nzirayo waka nanoonyezawo ajjajja wange gye bamuziika. Can I trace them? You people, let us stop looking at this because it affects all of us. The gentleman we are claiming, whoever we want to, that person is fighting his battle, fight your battle. But then you are the majority. You cannot say one person has not done A, B, C, D. No. Let the Olivias, they serve their sentence because that is not the last thing they are going to do. No. Mujukire guy bwe bayokya paasi. Najja n'atulali ne bamuprotecting n'ayogera with audacity and the trash. Aliwa. Name them all. So you guys, we need to reparate those Olivias if they stay alive in the first place. Because some of you know why Olivia was taken back. You know why some of them, and we all know the things that are going on. Only that we decide to keep quiet and okay, let us fight for our country because even those people, they are doing what they want to do. So for you, what do you want to do? Yes, Mr. Annie Clinton.
I wanted to ask something like in a historical context of being found guilty of any case. It is very well known that if you are convicted or if you have been found guilty of any criminal, it is something that can hinder you. It can hinder that can profile you entirely in your life. That some things you will end up not, going through. For example, you go to American embassy to apply for a visa, and they find you because, of course, these people they will know. You go to now. I don't know how. I think Pastor Douglas left, but I don't know whether some of those that if they are going to be affected. But if I don't know, they don't know that the government of Museveni is not just promising the honor to them to release that skill. They're going to send them to the world to suffer. As we have had Balaam saying that after they have been released, they're going to take them champans. Who knows if they have been also been injected or poisoned one way or the other. And one by one may just end up, like how we have seen other people like, dying mysteriously. So I don't know. I just wanted to ask, but they are going to release them, but if they really release them, because still no one is certain of that. But at the end of the day, there is also other repercussions to suffer. If they are to apply for visas and they are unable to apply, so I'm just wondering really if they are aware of that. So
Okay, clear on that.
I just Mugisha, since you are there, you can actually speak about that.
Okay, on
because
yadeyo tubadde ne Lukanda tubadde tusimbudde. But to expand more on that, the issue is that the whole world and the 4 years that they have been into incarceration, if you go within the international law, that is it is a crime that they have not been given bail for all the 4 years they have been incarcerated, and worse, and no evidence to pin them, because when you plead guilty, when there is also exhibits in it, and there is accept the case, the crime, without, for example, view the case of Kiruja, the Ndiga clan, whatever, that they had exhibits that they already had And when they caught him, they went back onto the scene. Even if he had already accepted the case, they revisited the scene and took more evidence. So these are two scenarios where some people, ask for that, but they may send them to say that they are giving them amnesty, like how you saw the Rwenzururu guards who were given amnesty certificates. So for that, we have to go and read the laws that within amnesty. But as we know, the international world knows very well. We have seen a lot of guys who have been into prison, and right now they are on asylum in USA and other countries, and they escaped the hands of the tyrant. You can read about Malino, this lady who was raped, is in Kenya. So the issue remains that when the human rights, the international human rights can, when they report themselves to the international human rights, if they get a chance, they can redeem themselves by saying that we were coerced to say so and this and this, because there is no evidence to pin them that you have you're saying otherwise, and this is the evidence to pin. So there is still chance for that. But that brings to a question why we are scared, because all this that we are speaking, these people know. So they may not want to have loose ends. So I believe I've tried, Clifton.
Yeah. That's, you have really answered it. I think the case that's. I just wanted to say that we should now really wake up again. Let's have more spaces. We keep pushing when we share, when we all share. I guess for me, but I guess that is one of the weapons that. And if we could first rely on circulating information than attack, because most Ugandans are not ready to attack. You have seen that most, for instance, like at many times where and they have adamantly not participated. That means that Ugandans are they were never ready. Ugandans have been sick for 40 years. Museveni, that virus. So it may take time.
Okay,
But if we...
Clinton, I think
Yes, Mugisha.
I wanted to add more on the question. Let's hear from Heroic. Okay, Heroic, the mic is yours.
There's one thing I know about what Clinton asks, because after amnesty, of course, the only option you have is seeking for asylum. I think seeking for asylum for the case of Olivia and that, because they have been siding with NU, of course, they need a backup. But needing of a backup, because I don't know whether they will get a chance of seeing Museveni or those other people after being given amnesty. Because if a presidential advisor cannot get a chance of seeing him, I don't know whether they will get that chance. They might stay in suffering, because like it or not, people who have been in custody for like 1 month, 2 months, they come out when they are badly off and they need treatment like Masaba. So if they don't get that chance, automatically I think those people will be in need of us. They will come back to us, explain to us what happened, and they will need our help. Of course, the only way they will get asylum is getting a backup from people like those of Nupu and what, because I know Museveni and the group, they will leave them in hunger. So baja kuda jetuli, but amnesty, the only thing you're supposed to suffer is asylum, but asylum is not evident. Of course, Temanya is providing evidence, is a side they are not. So abantu abo still I know baja kuja, but ndoza pina kubaniriza.
Okay, thank you very much on that information. And that's why I go and tell you that we still have to have them in our players, and we should remain focused. Feka tusirike tufuke kyesirikidde tudde ku nsonga nga Lukanga bw'abadde agamba bingi bye tulina mu kiseero kyaffe bye tulina okutaanyaako. I believe at the top of an hour we shall have to go and rest and refresh for tomorrow. But I'm begging you, let us tomorrow speak about other developmental issues. Let's leave the families of the girls to relax. Mama. Let's give them some. Let them go and relax their minds. When they want, they will come back. If they go and they are indoctrinated, because we all know what happens in Chankwanzi, let it be. So let us focus on bigger things. Let's not belittle the struggle and think that it rotates about 1 or 2 persons. The struggle doesn't even rotate about Bobby Wine. Bobby Wine is well off. He goes back in the fridge and there is some watermelon, there is some apples. Mama Solonga wali kuchido, yadde naye anyigirizibwa, naye ate gwe toyina Mama Solo onyigirizibwa, toyina yadde nakantu oli awo yayuya. Mama yakubidde yakusabye ez'omunnyo oli mukweta kuloga amaha kati ate senga nakijja ayagala ez'omunnyo ne nakanjako ne so engalo tezenkanankana. So it goes back to you. Ate nno ng'ekyewuunyisa ate ffe abali obubifa abeefuula nti tuli bulungi nnyo, ate ne tukwestioning abali obulungi abagezaako tuzuukusa nti mmwe mwebase kiringo okubeera ng'oli alina omulimu akeera kugenda kukola nga gwe tolina mulimu naye nga buli lwajja nakukoonako ku makya gwe zuukuka tugende noonye n'omulimu nga gwe webika bwe busibulake tugaa. So we have to wake up.
olaba ne betuyita ba MPs baffe olwaliro Bobi Wine talina activity gyonna gya running openly nga ya NUP saawa eno naye tulaba yadde MP tulaba yadde ne ba leaders nga balina activities ze balwanning on behalf of NUP nabo bali awo balinze Kyagulanyi kati ffe twewa omulimu omuzibu ate tulina okugukola kubanga kati right now ffe bwe tutwogera titujja kufuna atwogerera basirise balinda mukama waabwe lwanajja kyokka ye bambi musajja watwe essuubi aliyina mu ffe era ffe babeera naffe kati what kind of people are those so no twewa omulimu gwe tulina okukola tudde ku mulamu ogutulina okututwala gye tulaga kyekitiisa oli omusajja naye bw'atuwulira nga tuli mu bino ng'agamba mbalina so kati otuna bana byabufuzi bye balimu towulayo n'activity yonna yonna egenda mu maaso ya NUP wabula balinda mukama waabwe lwanaavaayo ajje najje bakuŋŋaane kati tetukuba abo mbooko twabaaki olwaliro mpuuga alina byavuga basirise tebasobola kujja ku platform nga zino okutuwabula nti bannaaye kino kitambula bwe kiti naye bamba mwagala okigenda over mulina kuyita muline ekkubo basirise kati bantu kyabo so ffe twerwaneko ng'abantu ate nga tukisobola because all in all era ffe beetaaga ne boba mu bululu kitegeera so kyekyo.
Okay, tweyanziza nnyo wali wayagala okubaako kyayogera ekirala kuba obudde tunaatera okuggalawo then tugende tunyuguzeeko ku mimiro fe abawuulu tunywewo obuugi n'amagi but it remains that we should wake up. That is the truth. Leero nzizeeko mu night shift nkikuttemmukko nange leero waliwo agambayo Lukanga ogambayo
onkwangudde naye nange njja gikwatamu ogoosinze oba ko host yabulidde wa mukama
bamunyimbu mbamuka
Kristo ogamba kyolwaliro mugisha mukambwe olwaliro aganye okusomesako ku constitution but all in all thank you so much but you guys let's go back to the issue please Heroico, you have talked about these MPs. All these guys, mukwate amigo mubakube ku mannya ago sina ku kabina wabula ku mannyo. Kati tetukyayagala trash y'abantu. All these issues are going on, they are all quiet. Kati and they will see Kyagulanyi abajja kwagala okwambala obukoofiira be basooka. President nzaamulina nonsense. Sajja watu naye bamukuba butiya gasi bamukuba bakuba abaana be buli kiseera tewavaayo n'omu najja n'ayogera kati mwagala yabayirewo omubiri. Yayirawo mpugo omubiri katona afiireyo. That's why we have Ashraf like that. Kasiri. Didn't we lose who? Frank. Yali bali ludawa. Not that guy's constituents. Right now, kati alikulete ebiri. You guys better wake up. Please. Enkya omulamu night shift enkya omulamu era mujjo ku machanga mulina omulamu ogulika tetuddamu eno nonsense nga bagayi bali kumalawo eggwanga. Kale
muji mbadde nteesa bwe tuba tunaabayo ne night shift kati ng'eyo ng'omanyiko omulaba nti oba flake reforms I think those are sometimes bayitaga n'ogipostingako ku pages ne bagirabye tusobola obbaawo in numbers kubanga bwe tubaawo nga tuweerako tukyusiganya ebintu ebitegeerekeka kasita tutegeera mulamu aki bwe tugenda okubeerako kateekayo abakalaba ne bakalaba basobola ne babaawo ne tuba nga tulina vibe.
Oli mutuufu lwakuba ffe ate ebiseera ebisinga night shift teba tuyita kigudde wani
anti ebeera ompeni luufu
Lukanga oyera nga Lukanga yatusuddemu awo omuzonto yasiibye nga munyiivu night shift nje kigwera
naye amazima gali nti emisana nabadde saagala kwogera ngamba kaninda bwaliwo night shift kubanga era nabadde nga nsindikira misanvu geni ngamba naye mmwe kiki nga mpulira obusungu ngamba why we controlling eyitawo genda nga mpulira Kristo ngamba kati mmwe bannange
so nabadde njiraba nga bwe njiyitako nengenda nensamba ne ku mupiira nengenda nenjoginga nga njiraba nga leero nno bano sijji kubambi tuli day shift terina taabu naye nga we mumanyi night shift teri bya ate oyogedde nnyo ate gundi tuweemu ekyenalemu ekijja wano nkisinyikizawo ebinyo ebinyo
day shift ebeerako abantu bangi buli omu n'endowooza ye kugaba
Kristo
buli omu ajja n'ekite
teziba ndowooza buba busirusiru na buwumba tutu abantu
ene yaffe erina kufuuka sauti ya mwananchi kwogera biri byennyini ebituufu radical
ekikulu day shift era favor kenagirabako balinga abantu abamu oyinza okuba nga mukyamu n'omwogerako oyina n'amubikkiriza n'ogamba owange kuba bikonde
day shift abantu abagamba yogera komaawo day shift Sunday school I'm sorry munansonyiwa temubagamba ati bwe nagamba kubisa emiggo mujo oyina kyogamba
kale bagenda kuba gwe emigo nga tofa
agenda kugamba shift erimu okunnyonnyola okwetotolako
muji
gwe ng'ogenze nnyo
muji etanze ku ezi nze ndi four phase bonna sooka ne mbayisaayisa tojjukira bali bamanyi okuŋŋamba oyogera nnyo ebigambo ebinene Hey! Buli omu mulinako fayiro tugende ku maaso ŋŋamba fayiro ennungi baana bampisa
naye nga wegamba tufunge bannayuganda tubaleeta on board tubateete bannayuganda on board by all means batubeetaaga nze ne mugi nani tugenda kukola kintu kino kiguke kubona bane tunagenda ku street ng'oli solid ng'oli omu babiri nagenda kutwala munda
Kristo
ate abasigadde bwe bagenda naam
nga sinneerabira tubadde mu kiboozibozi for disclaimer we are not here to say that ono ye mulungi ono ye munene ono yayogera obulungi no tubadde mu kiboozibozi we were trying to be hilarious
exactly
tetuyerega nti
just joking
yes
work without play
work without play naye lwakubeera abadde shifti
akatengo nga kangi
tetuddamu kubeera tuyige engeri kale tukola bulungi emirimu gyaffe kuba nayo mbeerayo naye kyensaba kiri kimu tutandika okubeera nga twogera ku nsonga tuleme kubeera nga tugwirana baleesa akatogo ate oli ataddemu ebijanjaalo ate tuvuddeko ku mulamu eddakiika ate waliwo aleesa obuugi simayanga mu kadomola ate ku kaleerwe mu mazzi kazinga ate jjajja wa gundi yagenze ne tubeeraawo nga twetooloola ku nsonga emu. We should give time oli bw'abaze nga alina ensonga nga wa muzinzi wa ddala mu obudde ayogere amale ensonga
no ekikulu mulikankubuulire olabadde shift erimu nnyo ba activist bangi kati bo baleeta ebintu bye basoma ennyo ne bagala bikube ku mmeeza bwe buzibu kati oba
osanga bakuyina ku fayiro nze ndi anonymous Kristo oba nawe oli anonymous
guys. But anyway, as we are concluding, guys, yesterday there was you people. Well, I think Mr. Herrick was on about the Madwise was on TikTok broadcasting, like streaming the space here. So how are we going to go about TikTok? Because that's where the number is, and that's where most of the kachacha goes on from. So as we think about space, let's also think about
ubi not kachicha.
Okay. Because isn't that why we find a lot of guys kids? Okay, sorry.
People are abebitiibwa.
Ekyo kigambo kya losing a meaning. but
mwebazaawo mbadde ku nnyo kagenda kwebaka naye munziziza omutima.
That's why we are here to advocate for change for all of us guys, back to the roots now. Okay, back to the roots. So tomorrow onwards, so many things.
A night shift kati tutandise n'okubeera serious night shift tuvaawo nga tumanyi posting.
Okay.
Lukanga gwa
night shift egwa bugwizi bannange simanyi.
ejja kubeerayo bassebo ne banyabo
mugimati
temufaayo ejja kubeerayo wabula mubadde mukiddemu okwogera mu day shift erina ba luxury activists bangi. Really some things njagala mbyogere ng'ebiri, that's a fact. But anyway, it's not about being who or what. What matters is all advocating for the same thing. Lwakuba eri ate oyogerako ennyo obanga alumbye ennyo ate obanga akoze eki. So sometimes I think that's the challenge we find ourselves in advocating for this, in that omuntu agenda n'agamba njogedde bombu bonna basirisi oba njogedde kafu ng'olaba it's like in the land of the lost. But it's always good to all be on the same page, you know. So that's to them buto day shift, night shift, whatever to kube paka, because
feeling nti nza wabeere night shift njagala tukole nnyo tusinge night shift njagala tukole nnyo tusinge day shift tubijja bugundi ebintu bya competition ebyekisiru tukompitinga na Museveni musajja ali wali afu tubadde ku ggwanga lyaffe tuli wano tukompitinga ku bantu kujja ku space 2-3 abajja be bajja nga tugenda maaso
ekyo ssebo. So I think that's what we should be doing.
Abasajja bagoba nebi Jimmy Spire agambye buli omu ajja kiwulira when we are protesting bad governance those birds just look on. Muji twamba tusiibule muji gwe nkwasiza otusiibule closing remarks n'ebigenderako n'abalala nze kati nkomyawo sikakuddamu kwogera.
My closing remarks is let's keep resilient, focused. It's not easy, by the way. It's really not easy to carry on with the momentum. Sometimes ngolaba oluswabira ebisomoza here and there, but okulaba nti you have to wake up and keep fighting hard. So let's keep focused. Omulamwa musaba musanvu gwe tugobako yalina omugaati gwaffe. So abasigadde bonna mperekeze kati ffe tulina tunuulira oli eyabba omugaati gwaffe gwe tulina okusuuza ogwo omugaati. Ate tugenda musuuza. Anyone nefuula atya ne wanaatambuza bameka, we will eventually win. Let's keep focused. Let's increase the momentum. Tetugwamu. Togwamu. Ate n'ekirala. Oba otenda walidde. I mean, check on one another. You can talk to Mugi, you can talk to Crystal and be like, like eventually you'll gain back the confidence once again. So my baby young to tomorrow again, I think there's a shift that will be there again. Tomorrow I saw the day shift people by Jogedeco of the solution of the way forward. Era tuveyo tuwulirize tulabe ekigenda mu so then era night shift tukomewo wano uncensored uncut. That's my closing remarks. Thank you. Lukanga, your hand is up. Yeah.
Good night. Sorry.
Banange, good night, everyone. Everyone, good night, and let's keep up the spirit.
Madiwezi obaje oli sebo ojo tuwayo open roof endala. Open roof yali etusemu omuntu gikomyewo tulepuke. Tulowooze ko sebo aba open roof tujje tubyogerenga bwe biri.
Osungu nga bungi.
Kale otesiba teteweta. Eno yegenda bugenzi tesiba teteweta. Terike ebyo. Kali bwetuna ate kirungi Madiwezi agi streaming live side eri ku TikTok. Kakati ajje sebo tugivuge.
Okay. Madiwezi okawulidde ako tulage ekigalo obo kategedde. Nti kati kusimbula Madiwezi olowooza tawumuddemu.
Madiwezi alabika ali ku TikTok omanyi tazikiza omwami oyo.
Butuufu Madiwezi weetaagayo akakyala ate nga kato. Ngateka oli musiraamu. Ngateka struggle. Tetwagala kuwa buno bunyambi. Ngateka struggle. Kali solid.
Lwaki temuggalawo space?
Kuto na shift tudduka buddusi leero tuzze tutoke tubemu wano kukibozi gambe wacha.
Wacha.
Ebataye ekyo banosanga kimusabanga kiri kyokalo kipolo yimu. Kiba tukiramba ne kigwera mpe. Batukaga kiri mu saluni bakisala akabiri kacho. Polo yire ki.
Guys are crazy.
Ekinywa n'endusu. Izo okupese.
Okimanyi nti wemwegwako awo mu kasondasonda atagala yekka
oba se ekyo nga kikisize endabirwamu kigulamu kyomu ng'olina akaveera k'enjuki enjuki ozitegedde zize mu Luganda n'okakakuba n'okubuguma kabuguma iza okufeezeko nga tolina kamera awo mu budde ne bakipa ekifaananyi nga kyesangula waliwo ebintu ebyetaaga okukolebwako violence oba amagi ogamanyi nga mavundu bulungi n'ogatereka nja kugulayo tule si bye ebiseera byalaale si be baagala okuvaayo mu open roof waggulu ejji nga lino ezzize nga liwunya kisemberedde ne badduka
Eryetaaga mpuuga ajja kuba president.
ate nga gaŋŋanda zino campaign ze tujjamu sigenda kubaza bulijjona abantu abamu bagenda kukyusa bagenda tambulanga n'engoye 3 buli we balaga
Naye ng'ogamba omukuba ogusooka n'akomawo ogwokubiri wallahi tadda tusooka bakiyitirize.
Bamuntu tugenda kugenda mu myala gyabwe gyennyini tuseneyo ebyo ebizzi nga tebakola mamerito abantu balyoke bamuyiire ettaka noono gundi yali aladisiwe Wakiso bamuyiire enfuufu ku kkubo tirwakyayika bye baagala tuddemu ofune amazzi bulungi nga kyesiriwaza kuba omukiteezi okiyiire ebizzi bikiwunyirire gambe owulire bwetyo bwe tubeera wano we tuliire emmere ffe kidde mu motoka yakyo n'omukuumi akube salutinga okibajo omukuumi asooka ennyindo n'agiziba n'afunye ennyindo n'olowooza nti munyiivu kumbe mukama wa muwunyirira nga musirise
Tukuwuliriza gobe space ate waganya okugiggala oteewamuka ka night vibe waka morning vibe
bulijjo musabaasaba yiiyo Muji Martin osiriseewo leero nkusukulumyeko.
naye nga mulya ine ebigambo.
Owaaye. Leero byansusseeko ko. Byansusseeko ko. Naye nga
Ebyo bintu nze tulina byesonyiwa. Mwenna mwagala kugenda mu space njijjeko. Nolyoka olaba kuli status. Kale kanjijjeko kambataase. Tusule bulungi.